Let's talk about something we all have, but probably don't love thinking about: insurance. We usually only deal with it when something's gone wrong. But today, we're diving into how a tech revolution called InsurTech is completely rebuilding that experience from the ground up. Seriously, have you ever tried to file a claim? It can feel like you've stepped back in time, right? You've got mountains of paperwork, you're stuck on hold listening to terrible music, and then you wait for weeks. It just feels so outdated. But what if all of that could just disappear? What if technology could make the whole thing fast, simple, and totally transparent? To really get why this tech revolution is such a huge deal, we first need to look at the problems it's designed to solve. And believe me, for years, the traditional insurance industry has been dealing with some major headaches that affect everyone. And here's the thing: all these problems are tangled together. It often starts with these generic one-size-fits-all products. Then, to sell them, companies spend a ton of money, which can sometimes lead to some pretty aggressive sales tactics. And if you ever actually need to use your insurance, well, that claim service can be painfully slow. It's really a perfect storm of inefficiency that ends up leaving customers, really frustrated. But, where there are big problems, there are usually some pretty big opportunities for new solutions. And this is exactly where InsurTech comes into the picture, using technology to tackle every single one of those challenges we just talked about. So what exactly is InsurTech? I mean, the name kind of gives it away, right? It's the mashup of insurance and technology. It's all about using tools like AI, big data, and cloud computing to make the entire insurance process way smarter and more efficient. And this isn't just about a minor software update. We're talking about a complete rewiring of the industry's entire foundation. Here's a great way to think about it. If the insurance industry is a city, InsurTech isn't just building a few shiny new skyscrapers. Nope. It's building the underlying infrastructure, the roads, the power grid, the communication networks that lets the entire city run better, faster, and more efficiently for everyone. So what is this new infrastructure actually built on? Let's pop the hood and take a look at the core technologies that are making this whole transformation possible. It really comes down to three key things. First, you've got cloud computing. This is the flexible, on-demand digital horsepower that lets everything run online. Next up is big data, which is the ability to analyze just massive amounts of information to create super detailed pictures of customers, which leads to personalized products. And finally, you have artificial intelligence, or AI. This is the brain of the operation, automating everything from customer service chats to spotting fraud. Okay, that's the tech, but what does it actually do for you and me? Let's look at how this all comes together in the real world, because this is where it gets really, really interesting. Let's take one of the most dreaded processes imaginable: filing a car insurance claim after an accident. The old way was just a masterclass in inefficiency, but the new InsurTech-powered way is, well, it's a completely different story. Just picture this. Instead of filling out a bunch of forms, you just take out your phone and snap a few pictures of the damage. An AI instantly analyzes them, figures out exactly which parts are broken, creates a whole repair plan, and even gets you price quotes from local shops. A process that once took weeks can now be done in minutes, literally right at the scene of the accident. I mean, the difference is just staggering. We're moving from a manual process that takes days or weeks to an AI-powered one that takes seconds, with over 90% accuracy. This dramatically cuts costs for the insurer, sure, but for you, it gives you a 24/7 self-service tool that puts you in control. But this new process isn't just faster for a single person's claim. It's also built to operate at an absolutely incredible scale. And to understand that, let's look at a different part of the market where the volume of transactions is just massive. This technology can scale to unbelievable levels. Take something like e-commerce, return shipping insurance. On a huge shopping day like Black Friday, these systems can process up to 325,000 transactions per second. Think about that. That's calculating the risk and setting a price for a brand new policy hundreds of thousands of times every single second. It's just mind-boggling. So when you combine this incredible speed, this deep personalization, and this massive scale, you get more than just a fix for old problems. You get the foundation for a completely new kind of insurance ecosystem.
The ultimate goal of all this tech is to build what the industry is calling new insurance. It's an ecosystem that's just better. It's more efficient because of automation, more compatible with our actual lives through tailored products, more balanced with fairer pricing, and maybe most importantly, more humanized by finally taking the friction and frustration out of the whole experience. There is a quote that really captures this moment perfectly. A single flower does not make spring, but hundreds of blossoms tell you spring is coming. We're not just seeing a few isolated tech fixes here and there. We're seeing this huge wave of innovations all at once, signaling a true, industry-wide transformation is here. But this leaves us with a really vital question. This whole technology runs on our personal data. So as insurance becomes hyper-personalized based on our behavior and our lives, how do we make sure it stays fair? How do we protect our privacy? That, right there, is the next great challenge for this new insurance ecosystem to solve.